And that still wasn't that event. Nope.
Not the one, not the one.
Not the one.
Nope. So, all the time.
He's a hypocrite in too many ways, man!
Flashback.
Look at that sunset.
And the thing is, the way this game's designed, you're going to see nothing but his cutscenes for the longest goddamn time.
Yeah.
Strange. I know this is my first time here, but this suddenly makes me feel so nostalgic.
That's the Keitaro in you talking.
Mm-hmm.
That's Chihiro.
Yeah, but it's the Keitaro that raised her talking. Considering this is the same riverbank that Keitaro was walking around so many days.
But what if Keitaro is actually Chihiro?
Oh my god.
What if
Wouldn't
Goto
surprise
is
me at
also
this point.
Chihiro?
See, he's easy.
Wouldn't
Chihiro,
And every character can be either an Izumi or a Chihiro.
so it's Chihiro Morimura.
Yes, but this must be... Well, I suppose it must be one of those places. So, where am I going?
I've rented an apartment under a false name.
Can't be any worse
Duck
than
Finley.
our last accommodations.
Nick Soap Dish.
As long as it's not Rebel.
Doug
I'll take
Forsyth.
Nick Bounty here.
My apologies. If it's any comfort, I'm certain nobody will find you there.
It's actually a meat locker.
And certainly not Miss Morimura.
It's not an abandoned factory out on the edge of town, no.
I suppose we have Ida-san to thank for all this.
Fuck you, Ida-san.
The funds and paperwork he prepared were invaluable.
it. Tetsuya Ida. And he's
What
still
a
missing,
dick.
is he?
Yes, missing. Please don't look for him.
Yes. Let's go.
My piggyback ride!
Oh my god, that's so cute!
Chihiro-san.
You think I'm the professor?
That is what I said. You are Professor Chihiro Morimura, a major figure in Shikishima in the year 2188. Namely, the leader of its space initiative.
What are you even talking about?
Just some hypotheticals. A possible interpretation of the evidence I found.
Okay, say I am the professor.
I won't say it because you are the professor.
Remember, Miss Moore...
We haven't established that this is the... Wait, wrong bit.
Great job.
You think that was her plan? She wanted a host for the professor and not herself? How would that make sense?
Okay, Cat, that was adorable. I'll give you that one. The cat hopped up on the desk, looked at me, then looked down at the bag of oranges that I've got sitting on my desk because they're mandarins, and I'm eating them slowly. She sniffed and then recoiled. And now she's looking at me worried like I've got something deadly on my desk.
Why do you have this? This could kill a country.
It could give Lantern a splitting headache.
This is true.
Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infected, Miss Morimura has been pushing this operation.
Okay, you already said that. What was that highlighted? Eh.
Miss Morimura ran an experiment to grant her clone compatibility. She believed that you were synchronized to her. She believed it was her own data she transmitted. But it was the other Chihiro Morimura in Sector 0. And of course, you entered the world as a newborn. Incapable of verbal communication. So Miss Morimura never realized her mistake.
This is all speculation.
You need something, Cat.
Mandarin?
I think she wants those gone.
She wants my attention now.
Certainly, yes.
She's like, Daddy, I'm scared. The
She's
oranges
already
might
gotten
kill
over
me.
the oranges. Now she's trying to climb on me.
Aw.
Now she's trying to get into my arms here.
She is baby.
And she has taken up baby position now. Hi.
But if I'm right, and you are the professor, I imagine you were in quite a panic yourself. All things considered, it was a staggering deviation from the original plan.
What original plan?
Luckily, I can still hold the controller.
Among the logs from 2188, one of Tetsuya Ida's noted that he'd found an anomaly. Chihiro Morimura was set to undergo a memory transplant in the final phase.
Don't paw my mic.
Oh.
Reaching up and trying to grab the microphone.
Daddy, Father, I wish to be a voice actor. I wish to do the Let's Plays.
That would be us.
I don't know where you think you're going with this.
A bit of patience, please. There's a little more context I need to provide.
Boy, she is obstinate, isn't she?
Professor Morimura is not exactly the most people-y of persons.
No, that was pretty obvious in the logs we've seen.
This refers to the humans who can control the UFO's mainframe. Those compatible have nanomachines implanted in their bodies.
Are you just gonna watch now? Is that what you're gonna do, Kat?
The log from
She
the
likes to
future
watch.
I saw first. That would be the comms log I found with my own.
Not raincoat.
The first log I checked held some surprises. The author seemed to be an elderly Renya Goto. And the date of recording appeared to be 2188. I assumed it was some future version of myself. One that had time traveled into the far future. But now, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, the time knife. We've all seen it.
In other words,
There really is this chapter in a nutshell.
I'm a clone of him.
Or just this entire thing. Renya in a nutshell.
All I saw in that log footage. They all created clones of themselves.
I mean, yeah, game, we've been here. Can you keep up, please?
Clones. Huh?
They're just reiterating what we already know. They just want to make it official.
I did find a
Yeah.
log that proves this point.
What did you say?
And yet...
A comms log between you and Professor Renya. Her field is genetic engineering, I note.
Do you remember that time when...
Professor Takamiya, how are the projections on those self-replicating probes? The simulations look good.
It is kind of interesting to note that with the whole nature versus nurture argument, the Yuki of 2188 is basically genetic engineer. The Yuki in the simulation,
Thug.
not going to say it.
We haven't established that it's a simulation.
Yeah, but her in the simulation, yeah, is a Sukeban girl thug that wasn't smart enough to get into high school.
See, and the nature versus nurture debate is the whole nature versus nurture idea is a big thing through this whole game.
Yeah, obviously,
because 2188 Ida and 2188 Juro hate each other. And actually, Juro Izumi and Tetsuya Ida hate each other, but get Ida into a different situation and suddenly him and Juro Kurabe are BFFs.
Yeah. They got along pretty damn well in, as Jiro Kurabe and Shu Hamaguchi.
Yeah, and like Kyuta Shiba 426 deliberately modeled the Kyuta Shiba persona off of like a combination of Juro and Shu.
And the gorillas.
Especially the survey range. We never expected a rate of expansion that
Sherman
high.
has joined the party.
Hey, Sherman.
Sherm Gaming 69.
And Ash has left.
Ah.
It was definitely
It's the law of
illegal to
conservation of
prioritize
cats.
as a group over individual units.
Alas.
These probes are pretty much living machines now. They self-replicate using natural resources mined from asteroids in their routing.
So they go gray goo. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just keep building up and breaking down. An infinite cycle of self-replication on its way to its target. There's basically
Have I mentioned
zero
that
chance
the
of
adult
that
uses a
failing
smash?
midway through.
I think we did at some point.
Yeah.
Back when it was revealed that she's Natsuno's mother.
They'll just keep on going.
I'm really curious what would have happened if we, hadn't seen that before, all the connections between them.
Yeah.
Probably long
I think
after
most people do
humanity's
tend to
gone.
ship them up until that point.
Yeah.
Glad I came
It's like,
to
wow,
it.
these are such a lesbian couple, and oh, damn it!
I feel like I would have been torn between, they're kind of sapphic, and listen, just because they care about each other and they're both women does not mean they're lesbians. And that scene would have happened and been like, oh, thank God.
All that's left is the refinement of the memory cube.
I don't have to do it anymore.
The infrastructural storage cell, right? The cube's made up of 5
Oh, thank God,
identical
it
memory
also,
layers.
ew.
In theory, it'll compare itself to nearby probes and use them as a template for repairs. And if it can't be repaired, well, fine. 1 probe down. We've got thousands more. And our passengers? I'll be loading them up with the DNA of all the survivors. I've already got samples and data from all 15. Now it's just down to launching them. These clones will go with all our hopes on their shoulders. By the way, what do we do about him? After that DNA test. We do nothing. He doesn't have to know. Or can I
Oh,
say
Yep.
this was one of the other dots over the eye.
Yep.
She was in love with him even when she was way older than him.
No, that's not who they were talking
No.
about.
I'm sorry, I was brushing my cat, I got distracted.
There was something about a DNA test.
Yeah, DNA test that apparently didn't go well.